Alright, today we're going to be looking at the differences between Dizzy Swing and Wrecking Blow. Uh, Essentially, we noticed that Wrecking Blow doesn't abide by the same aim checks that Dizzy does. So we're just going to do a quick showcasing of Dizzy so we can make sure everything just clear bases. So Dizzy, how it works is currently there is one aim check that is the aim check when you look at the target and press the ability. So just like every other ability, you look at the target, press the ability, it goes off. Old Dizzy, you had to look at the target and then look at the target again when you hit the target. With new Dizzy, that second aim check has been removed, so now you can look away from the target and it still hits. Now, I was testing Wrecking Blow on a few builds this patch to try to mess around with the few changes that have happened with off balance that are not great, but we'll not get into that. But so doing a few tests, we noticed that Wrecking Blow was missing all the time. Just in duels between two Stam Sorks, we were trying to test some things. So the problem was that whenever you look away, Wrecking Blow would cancel. So that second aim check from before seems to be there, but it's not quite the same what it used to be a long time ago in the game. So when we swap over to Wrecking Blow, we'll see that when I turn away, it will miss. So it'll just show different degrees with Dizzy. So this is straight. We're going to turn the character around 45 degrees, 90 degrees, and so on and so on. It doesn't matter what angle you turn to. Dizzy just doesn't care, I'll still hit. So now let's move just in range for Dizzy. And you can see you can walk out of range. Let's see if we can get to the edge. So cast, walk out of range, walk back in, it still hits. And you'll see that still works the same on Wrecking Blow. Change this over. And Wrecking Blow, there's just the initial aim, it hits. 45 degrees, 90. Keep going, it misses. It misses. Misses. That still hits. Now the other thing to notice, it's not going off of where my camera points, so it doesn't care if my camera points away. It's how my character is oriented. This becomes a huge problem, especially if there's someone up close like MagDK rooting you, and they're able to just whip you and move around, and you get screwed. Essentially, this ability doesn't work where Dizzy would. Essentially, any instance you can't turn your character for whatever reason. If there's bug CC, like you break, you get stuck sliding on the ground for some reason, or you break free and for some reason you can't move, like you're rooted until the actual animation or stun wears out. I've seen that a few times with the current off balance stun. Just for clarification's sake, Wrecking Blow still works where you can walk in and out of the range. Walk out, back in, it still hits. You could still turn 360 and it hits, so it doesn't care any point in time between when you cast it when you hit, just where your final orientation is when the hit should be going off. So like that's still fine, that's not fine. We can do 360, oh, and that still works. So if they're looking to keep the off balance changes that are present, which makes nerfs Dizzy Swing quite a bit to have your stun be reliable and sort of it's hard to it's hard to really balance it in a way, I guess, or use it just because it's based on your target's debuff. So even newer players especially have a harder time using the ability. which was the original point of changing the ability. Uh, Newer players aren't going to have ways or be good enough to keep track of someone else's debuffs, let alone know how to time a burst window within that debuff window and to time the stun to get it off during that window, or make use of the heavy attack sustain. Like, it's just going to be much harder for newer players compared to what it was. I mean, not that anyone really needs any help spamming Dizzy now anyways, because it's sort of been reduced to a easy ability to spam. But if it is going to be turned into one of the ultimate spammable abilities, like having Wrecking Blow just be a useless morph doesn't really help. And now that Dizzy's being nerfed and people might look to swap to Wrecking Blow, a lot of people are going to try the ability and for some reason not like it. Probably because the ability cancels a lot of the times. And not that Empower will probably beat out the off balance. Players will still have to look for a stun. So I guess we'll have to see what happens with this. But my hopes would be that one of the morphs would have gotten the off balance and the Empower, and sort of combine those two playstyles. So you use Empower for your average rotation, and then when the off balance is ready, you would go into the off balance rotation. Make the ability more of an active or thoughtful, skill. Or at least gameplay wise, someone might have to use their brain a bit more. And then make the knockback Dizzy a thing again, more damage but much longer cast, with this second aim check system. So you have more of a skill shot kind of ability, but that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. I guess keep an eye on this bug or do some testing if you plan on using either of these abilities, because I'm willing to bet this shit will change just about every other cycle. And thanks for watching.